You know what I hate about this place? You know, in the other zones in the game, the out-of-bounds areas are always really clear, like you can't go there. But here, well, it's like a huge mess. You see those yellow areas? You can't go there, but there are things in the graphics that make you think you might actually be able to go there, but you can't. That's out of bounds. And you've seen the first two zones. Hey, it's Tails! Hey, why not? I'm gonna go through one of those special stages, collect an extra life. Hopefully it's not as tough, well, tough in a manner of speaking, as those last few emeralds. And so far, it doesn't look so bad. There are no crazy bomb locations or anything like that. 71 rings, very easy. I'm just going really fast, but as I said, there are no bombs that are really in the wrong places. No big slopes. I think maybe the stages are really different depending on whether you're going for an emerald or for an extra life. Oh, that one was close, but it was the only close call here. 176 rings, not bad. Sure, it's not the 200, 210 I was getting in the first few special stages, but 176 at the kind of speed I was going at, I am gladly going to take that score. And by the way, if you're watching this on the evening I'm making this, July 14th, well, I'm wishing you a happy last few hours of peace with the good classic YouTube channel layout, because starting tomorrow, we're all going to have to cope with the crappy ones. And oh, it's Knuckles here. I'm not going to bother this time, especially since, well, not only do I not have enough rings, but my lives are all maxed out, so what's the point? And I still haven't checked if you really can go past 9, but the display doesn't go further, or if you really can't go past 9. But I think it's the latter, because, well, personally, something tells me I wouldn't remember the Volcano Valley boss as much if I could come in with, like, 20 lives instead of just 10. Because yes, I've gone from full lives to game over on that one boss. I am dead fucking serious. But as I was about to say, don't even think of complaining to me about the crappy channel layout, because, oh man, that was really a stupid move. I told you in the last video not to attack these while they're all puffed up, and what do? Exactly that. What a huge dumbass I am. As we say here, do what I say. Don't do what I do. But anyway, don't complain to me about the layout, because if you take a look at your own channel, you'll realize that it's gonna be exactly the same. So I'm not responsible for that change, okay? I would give a kidney to keep that old layout, but I don't even get a choice in the matter. So with that rant done and over with, we are entering Act 2 of the Spring Stadium Zone, and in the Saturn and PC versions, well, the music that plays here is all like, well, it's like some sort of circus music or something. I'm not kidding. I am at a loss for words for how to describe that music. I am going to give you a link in the movie description if I can find that tune, but really it's like perhaps the craziest tune in any Sonic game ever. Ah, come on, nail that spider already! I remember saying that you need to spin dash into that kind of enemies, but those things that bounce you around, well, you can hit them at a moment's notice, so it's gonna be completely worthless trying to spin dash. You really have to try and jump on those things. But back to that Saturn song, I can't decide if it's really, really good or really, really bad, but I am going to go with really, really good by default, since the rest of the Genesis, the Genesis soundtrack is good, but the Saturn version is just even better than that. So I'm just going to give that circus music the benefit of the doubt and say that it's really, really awesome, like the rest of the Saturn/PC soundtrack. Oh geez, I'm at the end of the area and I still only have 4 flickies. Hey, Golden Shield, I'm gonna take it, but I'm going to be very careful with it. I'm going to keep jumping to avoid those retractable spikes, because if I hit those spikes even once, it's bye-bye homing attack. And the homing attack is just unbelievably useful in this game. You thought it was useful in the 3D games? Well, in this one, it's... if you have it, don't you dare lose it! Now, earlier on I was talking about the game's music. Well, there's one thing left for me to mention, and it's that in the Genesis version, there are two different boss themes, not counting the final boss. And, oh, Tails and Knuckles in the same area? Is there anything else than those two? Nope, there's nothing, so I'm just going to leave them be, because once again, I don't have enough rings, and my lives are full anyway. But as I was saying, in the Genesis version, two different boss themes. You may have noticed the difference between the two bosses already if you're really perceptive. That is, if you've never played the game before. If you've played it before, then you've probably noticed it by now. But one of the themes plays during the bosses 1, 3, 5, and 7, and the other during bosses 2, 4, and 6. Oh yeah, invincibility and homing attack. Now that is the life. Oh come on. Oh man. Oh, I remember this. I hate this little area so much. And it's not difficult or anything. It's just, will you just stop bouncing around already? Okay, so at least I waited until it was in its regular form to kill that puffer fish. And area number 2 is down, only one more to go, because I think I've said it before, but the number of areas in an act never goes past 3. It's always 2 or 3. And there's one thing I wanted to mention, since this is a Sonic LP and everything. You might remember in my Pokemon Crystal LP, I mentioned Rule 34 once. That is, if you can think of it, there's porn of it. Well, someone has told me that apparently, okay, what was over there? Another gold shield? No, I'm not going to grab it because, well, because of that, because I was about to say if I get hit, I will surely want to have another one of those awesome shields at the ready. Now, if I can just... Good. I was afraid for a second that I was going to lose 2 golden shields to the exact same enemy. This would really have been one of the least glorious moments of my LPing career. But as I was about to say, while Rule 34 is largely meant as a joke, something it might become frighteningly true. Someone told me that 6 hours after the announcement of Sonic Chronicles, 6 hours, you could already find shade porn on the internet. I'm not kidding. Well, that's what the guy told me, but you don't make that kind of stuff up. 6 hours? Damn! Alright, now it's boss time, and it's, in my opinion, the easiest boss in the game. Now, I know I have a horrid track record when saying something's easy, but I can still be fairly confident in saying that. So, here, Eggman flies around. Oh, come on, I didn't think of those spikes at all. But, yeah, Eggman flies around, and sometimes he comes down to ground level and starts hitting the ground with his robot's hands, and that is when you attack... Oh! You don't attack the hands, you attack the windshield, as usual. And, yeah, I only hit the hands because of the horrid camera that I hate oh so much, but you already know that by now. And the speed at which Eggman flies increases with each hit. He starts out at the speed of a tectonic plate, then he moves up to the speed of a snail riding a turtle, then he moves up to the speed of Crawl, and eventually he goes just as fast as you. So I think the first 2 bosses were 5 hits apiece, but I think from this point on, it's going to be 8. By the way, as I said earlier on, it's the same music that played during the Green Grove Zone boss fight. Okay, now he's starting to get faster, and one thing I don't understand is why does he wait until I give him many hits before he starts going really fast? Isn't it supposed to be the reverse? As his machine breaks down, it starts going slower and slower and slower, but instead he just waits until he's almost dead to go at his fastest. And here we go, he's dead. So next time we're going to be taking on the Diamond Dust Zone.